Joining me right now on Kumite TV is undefeated bantamweight prospect Aidan James. What's going on, Aiden?
Alright guys, what's going on?
Let's talk about your career so far. You had 3 pro fights, 3 finishes. Did you foresee such a fast start to your professional career?
No, I don't know, I don't really picture anything. I don't think too far ahead. Like, I just take it one fight at a time, really. I was fortunate enough to get with Brave early on in my career, and they've given me like the best platform to show my skills and get like the best fights as well.
Yeah, definitely. In your last fight at Brave 17, it was your toughest test to date, but a big
Yeah.
opportunity. You put Franz Malambo to sleep. He's a former title challenger. Take me through the fight and the finish.
A few years back, I went to the Amateur World Championships in Vegas, and he was in my division. I remember watching Franz then. He was like super slick, and he was striking was better than everybody else's. And I was young though. I was only 20 at the time. I didn't think I was ready anyway to. I didn't think I was going to win it. Do you know what I mean? I went out there, and it was a whole brilliant experience. But mentally I weren't what I am today. And so I'd followed his career since, and when I had my first fight with Brave, which I took on short notice, I took it up a weight class, a featherweight against Franz's teammate Tommy, and then after it, like I remember, I was the first fight of the night, and Franz was the main event. He was fighting for the bantamweight world title against Stephen Lohman, and I was sat in the front row with myself, my coach, the one side me, and Conor McGregor and Paddy Hoolan on the other side, and so I was watching him. My coach said to me after, he goes, "Oh, I think you and Franz would be a good fight. I think you'd be able to beat him." I was like, "Oh, I didn't think much. I was just enjoying the fights." And then I actually had one day. So my coach turned to me, he goes, "Right, you're fighting Franz Lambo in 8 weeks." And I was like, "Right, I got prepare for this like slick boxer." And then I started training again. Like went out to Pakistan, which was an incredible place to go to. I've never seen anything like it. And for Franz, and then again got on his back, managed to get the rear naked choke, which was one of my favourite submissions, the rear naked choke. And just gone from there really. Just spoke to him after. He's a great guy, and I wish him all the best now. And it's just I'm looking forward to this fight with Jalal.
Now, after that win, do you consider yourself a top contender in the bantamweight division for Brave?
You could say so, but I'm not. I don't even think about it. Like everyone keeps talking to me like, "Oh, when you gonna fight for the title? When you gonna?" Do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, I don't care. I do not care. Like I'm not thinking about the title fight at the minute. At the minute, the only thing in my head is Jalal Al Daaja. Like, and he's the only person I'm consider like the only thing I'm thinking about. Like, I don't think about title fights, past fights, just Jalal, and that's it. Nothing.
All right, that fight was last October. It's been a while. What have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
So like I always I'm in the gym all year round. Like I don't ever take time out of training. Even the France fight, like I contracted E. coli, like a stomach virus, when I was out there. So when I come back, I had to take a week or two off, and then I hurt my knee then. But that was the most time I'd taken off. Like, I don't really take any time off training. So the only difference is this camp. Like I spoke to my coach, and after France, I want to do some strength work because I never really put any effort into like weights or anything. Like I've always just done like my striking, grappling, wrestling, and cardio. Like I'm not never was big into strength and conditioning or weights. So I started doing some more strength work, and I could feel myself like performing better with all my other tasks. I didn't realize how much it was complementing all my other training. I put on a bit of muscle as well. Like I put on about like 5 pounds probably like in the last 6 months, and because I was just like eating better, just doing everything correct, and I feel it now. Like the shape on me, like I notice when I look at myself, like I can see more development, and like I'm filling into my frame. So that's the main thing really. But everything else I kept the same. I've still done my jiu-jitsu, still done my striking, my wrestling, and obviously my fitness and cardio. But just adding a bit of strength work has like helped complete me a little bit more.
All right, well, this all leads into Brave 23. You're facing Jalal Al
Yeah.
Daaja. What are your thoughts on him as an opponent?
I think he's really good. Like I think he's well rounded. He's tough. He's experienced. So he's got a lot more big. Well, I'd say like big fight experience. So like bigger venues, large crowds, fighting at home. He's got that experience. Like he's done the same thing in like K1 fights, kickboxing fights, and he's done with MMA with Brave. So he's got that experience. But then it don't matter when you're in there. Like I fought all around. Like, I fought in Las Vegas, London, Pakistan. Like it don't matter. Like a cage is a cage. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't notice anything outside of it really. You sometimes do your corner men and that's it. Like there's no difference. Other than that, he's got solid Muay Thai, solid kickboxing, and he is a purple belt as well, so he can grapple. So I'm not taking him lightly. Not taking him lightly at all. Like all areas I know he's trained in. So am I, and this is what makes it a good fight. Do you know what I mean? The fact that I trained well in all areas, he trained well in all areas, and we're just gonna go and see who's better on the night.
You've been all around the world, like you just mentioned. When you're inside the cage, do you not hear the crowd? Do you not see anybody out there? Is it just you and him and your corner?
It's just when you're in there, like it's different. Like I'm like always like really coherent when I'm in a cage. Like I'm super, like I'm in the moment. I understand everything's going on, but it just doesn't matter to me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I think weird stuff when I'm fighting. Like I've done it before. Like I was fighting when I fought Toy Martin in Belfast, and this kid and his dad come to watch me from Wales, and I'm never thinking, I wonder where they're sitting. I was on top, like trying to throw an elbow. I was like, where are they sitting? Then I was like, I'll switch back on, like just get back into it, and then but that's it really. Like just when you're fighting, and it's just a cage, you, the guy, the ref, and that's it. Don't matter if it's Pakistan, Jordan, Vegas, it's all the same.
Well, it must be so beneficial for you because that means that you're so calm and collected during the fight, where you could think of something else and then click back to the fight and
do it all the time.
Continue elbowing the dude in the head, right?
I talk to myself sometimes. Like sometimes I'm like obviously flowing, like I let that flow saying like just things are happening. Sometimes I'm just chatting absolute nonsense to myself. Just weird.
This event, you're going into your opponent's home country. Yeah. Do you feed off of that challenge to go in there and beat the guy in front of his home crowd?
Yeah, what I like about it is like I know that he would have prepped so hard. Like he would have done, like he'll be doing the best he could possibly do. Like he's fighting in his hometown. There's a possible title shot on the line for him. So I know he's prepped as best as he can, which is brilliant. This is exactly what you want. Do you know what I mean? And I'm looking forward because I know like the Jordanian fans are like really passionate. Like they like any crowd, but like they are super passionate. I've watched some of his past fights, and I've watched other fights that they're in the same place. And I hear the Jordanian crowd, and they're loud and they're roaring and they're really supportive. So, I'm thinking, I'll get a good feeling of the crowd and get some good energy from it. And he probably will as well. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, I'm not too fussed. Like the crowd. So when I was an amateur, I used to fight away all the time. And I remember co-maining an event, co-maining a card up in like the north of the UK, and the boy I was fighting, he was like sold loads of tickets, and people come up to me all the time like, "Oh, we can't wait for you and Luke's fight tonight. Like everyone's gonna be watching this. It's practically the main event because the main event was a pro fight that no one really cared about because we were amateurs. We had to go co-main, but other than that, we were like the main event." And I had like this big buzz about it, and he was 11-0 at the time, like undefeated, and I was like 11-3. And there was a lot of pressure for a belt, and I was like, "Yeah, cool." And I remember like getting in and like crouching to my coach, and I just remember telling him like, "I can't wait for this." Like I was looking at him, and the way my opponent was on his way out, I was just thinking like, I can't wait for him to get in now. I have to do this fight. So like good crowds, good atmosphere, it just makes it a little bit better. Do you know what I mean? It just makes the whole night a bit more like that fight vibe.
Yeah, all that amateur experience you have accumulated over the years, it must be so beneficial for you now. Even though you only have 3 pro fights, it probably seems like you've been fighting forever. Yeah,
this is like what's this now? It's been my 20th fight now. This will be it. 20th amateur MMA fight. 20th fight MMA fight, and then I've done kickboxing fights and jiu-jitsu to grapples and tournaments. So, like experience. It's always the same though. There is no no change in motivation. There's no change in nerves. Everything's the same. Do you know what I mean? Like the opponent changes, but other than that, like I feel just as I did going to my first fight, obviously a lot more skilled now, and I understand what's going on a lot more. But it's just a fight. Like that is it. It's just a fight.
Training camp for this fight, upcoming fight. Who are the coaches? Where are you working? Who are the training partners that are working closely with you?
So my head coach is Chris Reese, and I found the Chris Reese Academy, so gym, and he like oversees everything. And then I got my jiu-jitsu coach, who is like Ash Williams, and he's like a real top level grappler. He's like being EBI and won like the Europeans, and he's done a lot of like top jiu-jitsu tournaments. Actually, I got my sparring partners then. Like I've used a lot of like Brett Johns, UFC fighter, and bantamweight as well. And then I've used like another teammate of mine, Scott Pedson's, who's like a super accomplished amateur, and Rowan Crocker as well. He's the kid who won the amateur. We got a good few amateur boys. See, and like when I was younger, when I was an amateur, I was helping Brett prep for pro fights, even world title fights. Like I was helping him prep for his UFC debut, his Titan world title, his Cage Warriors world title defense, and he used to say like all the time he was fighting as a pro. His training partners were amateurs, and he was fighting against pros, training like alpha male or training against other top level pros. But he said he never felt like he had to go away. He said that the amateurs, like us guys, getting enough of a tough time and tough rounds, that it was good enough, and it worked. Like he was 15-0. Do you know what I mean? He was outstanding. So again, like I have the boys who train me, and like a load of amateurs, like these boys would easily go into like pro ranks and cause big trouble. And like my one trainer partner, Scott, he's got like 25 amateur fights, you know what I mean, or something like that. So a lot of experience. They've both done the world championships and lots of kickboxing matches. Then I've also traveled away a little bit. So I went to New York like 6 weeks ago and trained in Henzo Grace. He's done a bit of grappling there. Went to Dan Hurst's class. Got to go do some rounds of toning as well, which is quite cool. And then I went to, don't know if you know, like Abbott Taleri. Have you had Jack Shaw?
Yeah, of course.
Cage Warriors world champion. So I went to his gym on Monday. We did some good rounds, and then them boys come down sometimes. We're not far apart, and then that's it really. So like some of the Wales guys help each other out as well. But yeah, that's it really. Like my training partner's always been like the same solid guys. Like they know to push me hard, and we safe with each other as well. Like it's no stupid sparring or there's no ego involved. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's really important. Like as I get better, they get better. When they get better, I have to get better. So yeah, I haven't had to go anywhere or change anything.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great that you have those amateurs helping you out, because those are the guys that are going to be next up for your team.
Yeah.
Just like you help, Johns prepare for his fights, they're helping you prepare. So it's a lovely cycle that you guys have created for yourself. Now, you step into the cage at Brave 23. What type of performance are you expecting from yourself? Because you've been so spectacular so far.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really plan anything. Like, do you know what I mean? You just got to go out and feel. One thing I say is like I feel like I'm more like a mixed martial artist. So there's no area I avoid. Like I like all the areas of the sport, and I like to blend them. That's like the thing I feel the best is blending them areas. So I'll take it where I need to take it. Do you know what I mean? If I have to take it to the floor or keep it standing, I will. Do you know what I mean? If I have to use a wrestle, I'll wrestle. But I'll just go in and my body will take over. It'll do what it's got to do, and my training and coaching, it'll all kick in. And on fight night is like the result of the hard work and the performance. You know what I mean? I don't dwell on it too much. I don't think about the result. I don't think about anything else really. Like I just go in and have my fight and just get it done.
All right, man. One last thing before I let you go. You're a bantamweight. TJ Dillashaw. Did you see the news? He just recently got busted for EPO. Got suspended for 2 years. What was your reaction to the news, and do you think the sentence was too harsh?
No, not really. Like if you have a look online, you'll see a couple of things, and one of them was Cody Garbrandt accused him of the EPO like a couple of years back when they were talking, or a year back. And you mentioned that he was using EPO back then, and when they like retroactively tested one of his previous results from December, they found EPO and they're using a specific EPO detecting test. Then John Kavanagh, which is Franz's coach, said a good thing. He said like the 2-year ban going forward should also be enacted going 2 years backwards as well. So taking results and win bonuses and pay off fighters, which would really discourage cheating. So I agree with that as well. I would like to see. Well, they are clamping down on cheating. I know, like, my gym, we all super clean there. Like, most of the people are clean now. Like, I don't know many cheaters. Like, the UK is generally known for clean fighters as well. It's more like a moral mindset towards it. I just couldn't imagine going in and cheating. I don't know, right? Everyone's got their own things, and I don't like to imagine everyone's situations. But for me, like, I couldn't be happy with doing it myself. So, like, I was gutted seeing it for TJ because I've looked up to the guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's blocked me on Instagram though. So I used to, when I was a kid, I was like, McGregor was winding him up, so I put snakes on his pics, and he blocked me on Instagram. So maybe I thought him, but I used to watch him before I fought France. Actually, I was in the hotel room just watching TJ highlights and just looking at some of the things he did in his fight, because obviously he is a slick fighter. Like, besides the cheating, like, he is technically outstanding. It's just a shame. Do you know what I mean? Like, what a way to ruin your legacy, or just to put a big mark on your name. And I just couldn't imagine doing that myself. I hope to God, like, we keep the sport clean and it's better for everyone.
Yeah, that's no doubt, man. He is technically brilliant, but yes, that EPO just ruined everything that he has done in his career, which is so bad for someone so good.
No, it's just like, you gotta think young kids watching as well. Like, Joe St. Pierre is my number one, like, idol. Like, I love Joe St. Pierre, and like, if it come out that I'd just be gutted. I'd just be heartbroken. Like, I'd genuinely be sad. I think I'd be like a sad, like, just like some bad news being told me. Like, TJ, I sort of expected it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he had the guy no nipples. Do you know what I mean? And he's always been suspicions with TJ, but now it's come out. I'm glad you thought, but it's just a shame, because what a way to tar your name.
Well, you're at the beginning of your career. You could start and be big as TJ, and be a great role model for the kids. And it also, and your next fight's coming up April 19th, Brave 23 in Jordan. Aiden, I appreciate the time, man, and good luck to you.
Cheers, thank you, man. Thank you.